And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Mother's Day action on the show. It's the St. Louis Cardinals taking on the San Francisco Giants. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Chambi. So the St. Louis Cardinals have already won the series, and now they go for the 4-game sweep, Chris. It's been a lopsided series so far.
Yeah, they've clearly been the better team, and I expect them to come out today looking to tie a bow on this series. And on the other side, most teams run into at least a 3-game sweep at some point, but not every team looks back at a 4-game sweep at the end of the year. And I'll say this, as a player, it's especially frustrating when the losses keep coming against the same team. So if they can salvage a win today, this series won't go down quite as sour.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to roll here on the hill here today. Alex Cobb. What do you have on him, Siggy?
His career ERA has been under 4. What I like most about him is his reliability. Takes the ball every 5th day, ready to go whenever the manager calls.
So just about set. And now the shortstop, Tommy Edman. The line to kick the pitch. And that one wrapped foul.
First pitch, 106.
Now the 0-1. And that's a strike. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Wins, gathers, throws to first, got him. One away on the strikeout.
Batting second, the second baseman, Brendan Donovan.
Now the number 2 hitter, Brendan Donovan. To the right side, and foul ball. That one the other way. Toss to Bell, 2 away.
Batting third, the first baseman.
Here's a Cardinals lineup now. These guys can really pile up the runs, Chris. They're among the top teams in scoring this year.
Yeah, and when you more margin for error, so instead of guys squeezing the ball, trying to throw darts and be perfect, they can relax, let the ball come out of their hands and pitch effectively. So that offense and the ability to score runs also helps the pitching and the defense.
No score, just getting started, top of the first. Up the middle, Crawford collects in plenty of time to first, and the inning is over. Redbirds down quietly, and now we'll see what the Giants can do. No score. Major League Baseball is on the show. Bottom of the first. Pitching in our game today, Jose Quintana. And Chris, pitching on the road has not been particularly kind to him.
Yeah, and you don't want to be too quick to say that he can't pitch on the road. Sometimes, you know, it's just a matter of luck. It's not having a feel. Difference between the bullpen mound to the mound out there on the playing field. Don't know what it is, but I know this. He's got good enough stuff to overcome and get it done on the road as well as at home. So we'll see what he's able to do in this one.
In the air, right field. Doss makes the grab. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Batting second, the center fielder.
Now we take a peek at the Giants lineup. At the very bottom, hitting 9th, Luis Gonzalez.
And Boog, he's a fun at bat to watch. I mean, definitely a threat whenever he's got that bat in his hands. But for me, it's all about the mechanics. They're so sound. And when he gets his foot down on.
Line drive. 2 up, 2 down.
Batting third, the left fielder, John Peterson.
2 outs, base is empty. And now Jack Peterson just 1 for 12 in the series coming in. First offering misses the mark. There's a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
1-1 now. Foul ball. The pitch stays alive. Next offering is fouled back. And a foul ball. He stays alive. And he deals. Bounce to the right. Donovan handles. Sends it to first. And that will end the inning. Nothing doing there for San Francisco. Scoreless after 1. Hard hit left side. And it goes just foul.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Got him. And there's one down. Chris Doss, the next to hit.
The right fielder, Chris Doss.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Ball 1, no strike.
No score here in the second. Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Gone. It's his 8th home run of the year. And they grab the lead. It's 1-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. Sometimes you say it's a sinker that didn't sink. Well, that was a splitter that just didn't split. Kind of like a BP fastball. And when you throw that pitch, don't expect to get it back. You're getting a new baseball from the umpire.
So one down, base is empty. Stays alive. Bounced up the middle. Bare hand has to hurry. And they get the out. Juan Yepez next up for the Cardinals. And first offering is fouled off. Two outs. That one fouled off. Next offering misses. Ball 1.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. And that's that. One for the Cardinals on the solo home run. It's now 1-0.
I wasn't thinking about doing something like trying to get my music out, cause it mattered to me, and I knew there'd be a couple of million people who'd understand and agree. Yeah, hero, come on.
And a pitch. Hit hard. Should be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. Into second base. The tying run is on with a leadoff double.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of this struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Now it's the DH, David VR.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, David
Well struck left field. Way back. Turning and looking, and it's gone. That'll fire up the dugout. Third home run of the season, and they jump ahead in the second. It's 2-1.
Changeup up in the zone is a hitter's dream. It's a BP fastball, but you're playing in real time. Most times, the pitcher's asking for a new baseball, just like right there.
batting fifth, the catcher, Austin Wynn.
Bounce to the left side. Tosses to first. That's one out, the bottom of the second.
Batting seventh, the second baseman, Brandon Crawford.
Here's Brandon Crawford. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. And a foul ball.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position, and that's what he does.
They say you win. Still only one out here in the inning. This one smoked out to left, and there's two away. Up to the plate, it's Brandon Belt. Not having as much success with the bat here at home as you see the splits. Check swing, but he went too far. 0-1. Smash to the left side. Toss to Pujols. Yeah, they get Belt for the out. And that'll do it. When the Giants go deep, it's bye-bye, baby. And it's now a 2-1 ball game.
On last inning, threw a lot of pitches.
Here comes a pitch. That one off the bad part of the bat, just a lazy fly ball. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. Out number 2.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Tommy Edman at the plate, 6th in the NL in RBIs. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Counts 1-0.
Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Righty delivers.
I got to count 2-2.
And that one handled. The throw to first. And they get Edman for the out. And that'll do it. 1-2-3 go to Cardinals. And they trail it here 2-1. Now at the plate, Tyro Estrada. He's 0 for 1. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Kicks and deals. Strike two.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
And now the lefty. In the air, left field. Nootbaar gets under it. Makes the catch for the out.
The center fielder, number 13,
Austin Slater stands in. First pitch just misses. Yeah, there's the strike.
Backdoored him with a breaking ball. Just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
So now 1-2.
Count is 1-2.
The pitch. Line drive caught. Giants are down 1-2-3. They lead it 2-1. With the call there. The next offering misses. Ball 3. There's a strike. Righty to the plate. Up the middle. Gathers and throws to first. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th.
Now batting, the third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Here's Nolan Arenado. And when you talk about elite defensive third baseman, this guy is at the top of the list. That's towards center. And they get Arenado for the out. And that is that. And down in order go the Cardinals. They're down 2-1. And a pitch. This one high in the air to left center. And makes the grab. And there's one away.
Up next for the Giants, the third baseman, Evan.
And up next for the Giants, Evan Longoria. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Line drive, base hit.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Longoria at first, one gone. Next offering popped in the air, right field. Doss puts it away, and there's 2 away.
The catcher, number 14,
Austin Wins digs in now. In there, and it's 0-1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. So up next, Brandon Crawford. And first offering is fouled off. The pitch. That's in there, and it's 0-2.
0-2.
2 outs, couple of base runners at first and second. And down on strikes he goes. Out number 3. Giants leave a couple as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead.
Trust me when I tell you, no exceptions to the rule.
He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
And a 3-1 on the way. And that's ball 4.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
And up next for St. Louis, Tyler O'Neill. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And the right-hander deals. Slapped hard the other way, but foul. And a foul ball left side.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, try to stay out of a double play here.
The 1-2. Maybe a 2 ball. 5, 4, 3. And they turn the double play. Juan Yepez next up for the Cardinals. That one's in there, 0-1. Out to short. Toss to Bell, and that's the 3rd out. And he deals. Fought off foul.
Pretty impressive. We haven't seen that pitch from him much, but he's got a really good feel when he throws it.
The 0-2. Swing and a line drive, base hit out of the center field. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
And for him, that's 2 solid weeks with a hit in every game. I mean, he's running his hitting streak to 14, and let me tell you, that's no easy task. This guy's grinding out at bats. He's figuring out ways to put the ball in play and just as well do it with some authority.
Gonzalez, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. The other way, puts it away for the out.
Now batting, center fielder, Austin Slater.
Man at first, Austin Slater, the next Giant to hit. First offering misses badly for ball 1. And a pitch. Falling behind 2-1. The pitch. That one missed. The pitch. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. The kick, the 3-2. Foul ball there. Two outs. That's a laser base hit. And now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there.
Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
So 2 on with 2 away. Here's Jack Peterson. In there for strike 1.
If he can get through this one, put up a 0, this will help in his outings to come.
Swing and a ball popped up. Donovan sizing this one up. Pulls it in on the run. And that is that. Right-hander kicks, deals. Base hit center field. And the leadoff man aboard. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
No outs, runner at first. And stepping up to the dish is Yadier Molina. First offering, and it just misses. Rolled to short, possible 2 ball. Slings to second, on a belt. That's 2. Now it's the shortstop, Tommy Edman. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. First offering misses the mark.
Boog, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
Here's a 2-1. And strike 2. The wide to kick the pitch. Now a screamer into the outfield. Slater makes the catch, and that'll do it. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 4-5-6 coming up. It's the Giants 2 and the Cardinals 1. On the ground to third. Low throw, and he can't dig it out.
Man, that was a great effort to lunge and pick that one at first. The throw was way short, but he almost bailed him out. Just couldn't get it to stick in the mitt.
The arm stands in now and watches strike 1.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
Next pitch misses, and it's a ball and a strike. And now the lefty just missed. Longoria gets his lead at first. Nobody out. 2-1 pitch is in there, and the count is even. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
And a pitch. Lifted in the air, right field. Doss should have this one. And there's 2 down.
Now back, second baseman, Brandon Crawford.
Now it's the second baseman, Brandon Crawford. Out to center. O'Neill under it. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. 1 left for San Francisco, but they still lead it 2-1. Sitting in the pen, Rogers getting loose as well. The tying run at the plate. Hard ground ball, base knock.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over.
Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from. And there's just no one there to knock it down.
Now a huge at-bat in this game coming up.
Here comes the manager out of the Giants dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Alex Cobb departs. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Camilo Doval into the game, trying to protect this lead.
And then from there can really settle in.
Now up the Cardinals number 4 hitter, Nolan Arenado. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. Swing and a high fly ball. That one out towards left center field. Way back there. Into the bleachers and gone. Nolan Arenado goes deep. And they jump out front. It's 3-2.
A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
And a ball evens the count. Left-hand batter waits. Bounced out to short. Fires over to first. And that is out number 2.
The center fielder, number 27, Tyler O'Neill.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the center fielder, Tyler O'Neill. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. And downstairs. Two down, nobody on. And now 2 balls and a strike. That one hooked foul. Started after it. Appeal to first. No swing. He held up. Darryl Parker with the call there. And the right-hander deals. Got him looking. That's out number 3. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. It's now a 3-2 ball game. And now 1-2. 1-2 now. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. Now 2 away.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Here's the shortstop at the plate. Thairo Estrada. In there, and it's 0-1. At the belt and fires. Ripped into right field, base hit. Makes the turn and heads for second. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
Drove that ball nicely, put a great swing on it, and it jumped off his bat. Kind of put it all together there, and he's rewarded with the double.
And the batter now, Austin Slater.
Yeah, Boog, if you're that base runner at second base, you want to be quiet out there. Not bouncing around, not distracting your teammate, the hitter. Make sure that he can clearly focus on that pitcher and that release point.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Hard liner. Racing, makes the catch. And the inning is over.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough.
The pitch. Little chopper rolls foul. Oh, 2 now. That one ripped. Can't get there. Base hit. And he's got a double.
A little more backspin on that instead of the top spin. And he's jogging around the bases rather than pulling up at second.
One down. Now Molina at the plate. Ground ball up the middle. Tosses to first, and Molina is retired. Just missed. Appears they're working around him with the base open, Singy.
Well, you know, these 2-0 counts, Boo, they're just not what they used to be, and we sound like old guys when I say that. But ultimately, this is a strategic game, and you expect to see this type of approach by the pitcher in this situation.
Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Now the number 2 hitter, Brendan Donovan. 1 for 3. Singy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots.
Ball one, no strike.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
And a base hit on a line. The run scores from third, and they take a 2-run lead.
Well done. Drives in the run. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
First and second, 2 down. And up next for St. Louis, Albert Pujols. First pitch just misses.
If you're a guy that can only hit to one field, then you're really not going to be able to come through in clutch situations because pitchers are going to adjust. But because he's able to use the entire field, that's why he's so successful in these situations.
Line drive, base hit. Here comes Edman around third. And that rolls into the corner. Runner around third and to score. Runner holds at third, so just one across on the play.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one, ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
Arenado in the box now. No balls and a strike. Second and third, 2 down. On the ground to the left, and that's just foul. And the pitch. Got him swinging. Good job at damage control right there. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Cardinals 5 and the Giants 2.
Yeah. Who that in the way?
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit.
Pitch was away, and he did exactly what you're supposed to do with it. Drive it the other way. Just go with the pitch.
And you can feel this crowd waking up a bit here as the guys are starting to make some noise with their bats.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Evan Longoria. Swings through that one, 0-1. And now the lefty. Now fly ball to right center. Doss on his way over. Hauls it in for the out.
Now back, the designated hitter.
And a pitch. And it's fouled away. Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. Next offering is fouled back. One and two now. And a foul ball. He stays alive. And down on strikes. 2 down.
Just dropped it in there on the top of the strike zone. Certainly not what he was trying to do with that curveball by any means, but at the plate, you could tell he wasn't expecting it either. I'd say he got away with the big-time hanger on that one.
Here's the catcher, Austin Wynns. That one's in there, 0-1.
Here's a run-scoring opportunity. You definitely got to push something across because it's not going to get any easier. You get to the ninth, you got a lockdown closer ready to come in.
And the lefty with the 0-1. Swing and a foul, pushed off to the right, and that will get out of play.
Some real good life going through the zone on that one.
2 outs. Late swing, fouled off. Peterson off of first with 2 away. Lifted in the air, right center field. And that is that. So the Giants leave 1. They trail at 5-2. Out space is empty. Juan Yepez will hit next. Sliced hard but foul.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial Gold Glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
And a liner out into right center for a base hit. Now he'll turn for second, and now it rolls all the way to the wall. Not stopping, he's going for 3. Crawford with a relay throw. He's in there.
He didn't smoke that ball, but he didn't have to, man. When you're working the ball gap to gap, there's so much open space out there. So I think that knock was all about his approach and that willingness to just let the ball get deep on it.
Two. And now it's filled up. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw it really well. It's a really nice plate appearance.
So they're at the corners now. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Yadier Molina.
Well, bottom of the order here, Boog. You got to go right after this guy.
As they look to pick up an add-on run. And the number 9 guy at the plate. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Looking for some insurance, or as our friends down in the South would say,
insurance.
No matter how you say it, we know what you mean.
Bounced up the middle. Base hit and a run comes in. Slater to third. Throw in holds that trail runner at third base. They're at the corners with 2 away.
Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Now here's Tyler. Nootbaar on third. Molina at first. 2 out of the inning. That one misses, and that is ball 1. And a pitch. Ground ball right side. Base hit and a run in to score.
Picks himself up an RBI. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
So first and second with 2 outs. Now it's the second baseman, Brendan Donovan.
Really good piece of hitting last time, going to the opposite field.
First offering, and it just misses. Up the middle. Crawford picks it up. They get the force, That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. Bottom part of the order, 7, 8, 9, 2 up in inning number 9. It's the Cardinals 7 and the Giants 2. New pitcher for the Cardinals, Ryan Helsley. He's pitching on 2 days rest. So digging in, Brandon Crawford.
Leading up for the Giants, the second baseman, Brandon
The pitch.
Crawford.
In for a strike. That's strike 1.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more guys that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Next offering is fouled back. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. On to first. In time to get him. One away in the strikeout.
The first baseman, number 9, Brandon
Righty to the plate. That's off the mark. And that's ball 2. Left-hand batter waits.
3-2.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Left-hand hitter waits. Out there to center. That's down. One hops off the wall. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Man, that was a pretty good battle at the plate, and I'll tell you, it feels pretty good as a hitter when you grind out a hit like that. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
Now it's the right fielder, Luis Gonzalez.
up next to the right fielder, Luis.
And fouled off. Runner at second here, one gone. Next offering misses. 1-1.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Popped up to the left into foul ground, and that's a foul ball. And the righty deals, and that one wrapped foul. And the right-hander deals, and a foul ball. He stays alive, and he deals. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. Runner tagging for third, and he's up to third safely with 2 gone.
Now that's not shortstop.
And up next for San Francisco, Thairo Estrada. In there for strike 1. 2 outs with a runner at third. Next offering upstairs. Right-hander kicks, deals. Going to count 1 and 2.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle, but I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
Next offering is way upstairs. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Well, this is the perfect way to finish up a road trip, a sweep in this series before heading back home. This is a team that's got things rolling, and when you get it rolling on the road, you want to make sure when you go back home, you keep it rolling.
7-2 your final here today. And the road team picks up the win and picks up a sweep. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Get the job done like Cash Rabbit. On the gas, I cannot find the passion. On my cash shop, third date, looking at coins like, what am I doing? Like, where do I go? Man, I really gotta get the right. You really gotta come to my shows when it is open. Rock the Chanel, like my name Frank Ocean. I dress well, you on that beat low. I'm paying all the bills though. Money being multiplying like an. Do I really need a crib on the hills though? It's probably gonna be good for my mental. I pop out, man, I was a dropout. Whip louder than the rappers arguing on Clubhouse. I'ma throw their hands whenever I go on a run out. Wanna start but don't know when to do it like I'm Bow Wow.